Busia Igbo King sense me ano ya yedin. Enye Drew headquarters na ba na Okatakyie Afrifa transfer for the records no. Odbetu dwa say ono de ekono nkwa nke DEPORT Igbo King a o Ghana ha.
Deport him. Let him go to his country.
Ezan say we say betimi create chaos between Ghanaians and Nigerians e Ghana has see.
If the actions of this guy is going to cause chaos between us and our Igbo brothers.
Abusia nenye Igbo King nkwa ho asem na odbeto dwa. Osogu Captain Smart nso ezan say osim baby esika obia Captain Smart e wo hobi. Na abusia of fire Captain Smart pa nti hwe video isisi
na Captain Smart o tiri say you akoko to us we nshira una. Mom ma dwene say asawa na shemu se de yo. Adeba na
inti minim se Captain Smart de enye den abusia oba be reply Okatakyie Afrifa inti me wa kire he ya ode betum abusia me man sa kan Captain Smart reply a ode ma Okatakyie Afrifa won sami Okatakyie Afrifa de ayede e de abetu dwan ho na nsa ne ebekọ video ye Okatakyie Afrifa ka se ye DEPORT Nigeria ni Igbo King na wa fire Captain Smart nso no message so be me subscription button no. Share this video now for from Sunya Binhwe. Leave your comment or comment section. Now like this video. Follow on all social media platforms at The Verity View. And I wish you Igbo King in sense me there a bear possible and DEPORT Igbo King. Every said maintenance research akama about 100 videos are share on social media. A 98% a true support against sa community ya and I said Igbo village ya papa ya na adwin se obesi ntimi de ka me nko anka ye DEPORT ne said Okatakyie Afrifa ka ne fi se Ghanaians de nya e de ya adwin kosi se ahase ene support wa ye den a ho ne support wo se ya agency sa de nso a wo ye den a ya agency no Nigerians for kra nso videos bebre a me share kra che se de papa ne ye no they don't know anything about it nti ebeya me de me for Okatakyie Afrifa so say nke DEPORT papa ni vi say the papa ne de ba na hwa some years later ye be huhu nsunsan so ntime so say video yi ne nkomra sisi eno anso me de reactions manfo aye towards this issue ebaye nti say wan nya bi anhwa me so say ko description ho me the link ne beto eno video me post ya people more support against this Igbo King issue. Me de twinu Jonas de enso kan ho nti video ya me posti before ansa na me posti sa video ya ankasa no me trains mbebi o nti wan hwe sa video na me so so hwe video we akwa hwe sa video na ka ho
Abrante bi so say we Igbo King no say de be and if I never to so and I drew her now I come from Makatri because I want him to hear what we are saying. We are a nation of laws and we are very courageous people. We are not people that can be walked over anyhow anytime. You don't come to our nation and begin to behave the way you want and expect that we will succumb to this nonsense. What is the position of the law? We've lived with our brothers from Nigeria time immemorial, more than 100 years. How's that for Nikruma? Now I want to build my easy one and to think that he even calls himself a doctor. Let us find out. School Ben will call your friend who doctor. JTech for write to him and ask him. Which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor? Fire no. We've been free, we've been living peacefully with our brothers from Nigeria. All of a sudden, you are becoming impulsive. You are imposing yourself on the people. And the people naturally will rebel. What kind of nonsense is this? Now, young go back in year Shadia. Ekofi 1970. 69 year twaba. And you the Buzia ebai. Buzia by ne Kufuado Papa. Kufuado Papa na ne ye a executive secretary, a president. And Buzia prime minister. No one no buy no say. Ghana no Nigeria for na Jiafa. Sasa time nkroma ye no say ne one Africa ne de banye. Eti ne ye bode ye bie ne sa na Nigeria for ne. Me no ka say Accra New Town. Wa manyine kakra. Ne afro Lagos Town. Meboa. Mo tran kranye sa na ne afro. If say na Lagos of Nigeria for nyina Jiafa. Emre bi atwam wo kofi uduro kan hye ne ho awanya dia o ma no mo businesses wo ho mo ye anwuma pa no yi kwofo ne kakra bi ne aka nyina Nigeria fo ana ye ni ade na busia by no say there be the economy na kwa kodi Nigeria for instance. For which reason there must be some policies that seeks to protect the Ghanaian people.
Precisely.
And what was aliens compliance order. Yeah, near a twisty history. Now, as the word says, aliens compliance order. Now, it wasn't an expulsion order. Say, it's a biomun shorting kwan, someone shorting. Who ye over TSO, ye pamo Nigeria for some. Ya nika pamo Nigeria for. Busi abaine say. Mo ye near dia, mo ba bet Joe mine. Accra neutral, mo friend Lagos town. Businesses in Yinamaji. Then we need to regulate you people. And for that matter, Wakoya no kofa aliens compliance order. Say the immigration laws of our nation. We want all aliens. Mo free baby aba. Mo be comply with the regulations of our nation. The immigration laws of our nation. So that was the motive of the aliens compliance. It is about now my mudia. And the Amrane war my we are Nigerian new. We are Lebanese new. It wasn't even just Nigerians. Lebanese people had taken over, taken our market. The economy had gone into the hands of the Lebanese and the Nigerians. So Busia sought to protect the interest of the Ghanaian people.
Exactly.
Thereby introducing aliens compliance order by saying that if you will do business, there are certain businesses that has been allocated and protected for the Ghanaian citizens. For which reason, if you are a non-citizen, you cannot venture into those businesses. What was the motive? Protecting the Ghanaian.
Exactly. So
the whole motive of the aliens compliance order was to protect the Ghanaian citizens.
Precisely.
Why you near the Busia was okay, say me mamubre a certain duration of time. For which some mobile na a follow compliance. Compare open citizenship one. Coco pebi. Say open agree a wine a stay no Coco pebi. Sometimes Nigeria for no adu mine na fa. No mo bi say busi edi ago. Ebra ye de ma wo mo say wo mo nya ne ade no man timi anye. No say this mo follow dia all of you vamus.
Precisely.
No pamo wo mo. It's a aliens compliance order. It wasn't an expulsion order. It wasn't that was sorry and was munyina mo sorry kumkum. One more time was a monfanye bibi ni ade. Na mon kona immigration for and document mo. Afa ye didi mu so mo nya ne na buzia e pamo wo mo say ne monko. Na Ghana for hunto. Since then, yanena muaba ye mutala time. A Nigeria president ye obetwa mu. 1982. That time oil boom ya ba ma Nigeria no aye bibia ho ne yi. Ana Ghana phone nyina kwa agegi. If say na Nigeria phone ani akohwe oyo no so your friend a Dutch disease no. Omo di omo economy ni be bebre no. Na omo mpe teaching any artisanal ni ho awani nya no omo mpe. Enti omo ye ni ade deck. Ana ko wie se Ghana phone teacher for Ghana phone mason for Ghana phone artisans ni nyina edwane ko Nigeria. Na Ghana phone teacher for no abene. Enti omo ko dia na Nigeria phone ntimi compete with them. It's by 1982 no. Na Ghana for no a jig Nigeria for ni nyuma na afa. Ya near the high life by no musua. Ya wan bebre ya near the ko no musua. Hip life is start free. As on to start free ni no musua. But we behave like brothers. Nigeria and Ghana. Wa musua no mo say mo baji nyuma dia. And Ghana must go. Late 1982. No mo pamo Ghana for nyina ha. And continue agu yeso. Nearby. Since then, we've all come to an agreement that we will live peacefully in this country.
So,
and we woke up one day. A certain individual called Igbo King, Dr. Eze Dr. All of a sudden says that I have come to Ghana. I have been made a king of Igbos. And for that reason, I am building my kingdom. What nonsense kingdom is that? Kingdom where? First of all, we are going to look at even assassin also they build the kingdom. Let us look at the position of the law when it comes to the constitution. Does the constitution allow non-citizens to be able to acquire land? Claiming I have bought lands. You have not bought any land. Even the concept of buying land. There is no way a non-citizen of our nation can buy land. It will be leased to you. And then if I make a constitution in Article 266 near Guardian, what nonsense is that? Then you are imposing yourself on the people. If you want to lead your people, a settler community, there is nothing wrong with it. I was ya. Yakaso be your hinia. Ya what the constitution it children were your hine. You will be article 277. Niako, who is a chief in this country? Nemo Miansha article 2661. Or see no interest in land. Dani Izumi. Now so Kramama for Nekami. Was she be ana? Dani Izumi no Mukami. We are Nigerian, we are Lebanese. Constitution in the say, my create any interest in land and more freehold interest. Freehold in the say word forever and ever. What's it so Constitution Article 2661 was no interest in land in or right over any land in Ghana shall be created which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana a freehold interest in the alien land Ghana.
Exactly.
So by building kingdom. Then we are see as me and farmer in perpetuity to any non-citizen of our nation. Which nonsense? It kingdom no building no day. Now that if I go to near reading here, if I go to near reading here, clause 2 say, or say an agreement, deed or conveyance, or whatever of whatever nature, which seeks. Contrary to clause 1 of this article, to confer on a person who is not a citizen of any Ghana, any freehold interest or rights over any land is void. It is a freehold, a conveyance, be a deed of conveyance. You can't deed of conveyance. I can't turn out to us. I said, wow. Nasa sakrata no e ma okwan say oh ye dia ma afeboa constitution clause 2 say a void
Precisely.
ye twam and even time a yebe 1992 constitution by 1969 any non-citizen of Ghana be no freehold interest there was several land titles there were Lodia title there were usufruct interest there were common law freehold there were there freehold ni nyina no yes we non-citizen a wunkura bi after the Nyan article 2663 na yen reading here the kingdom no building what there so now, where on the 22nd day of a year, August 1969, any person not being a citizen of Ghana had a freehold interest or right over any land in Ghana, that interest or right shall be deemed to be a leasehold interest for a period of 50 years at a peppercorn rent commencing. 10 years. Peppercorn rent. Not even a freehold lease.
More fire.
Commencing from the 22nd day of August 1969, and the freehold reversionary interest in any such land shall vest in the president on behalf of and in trust for the people of Ghana. I also have very big reversionary interest. See the assassin will be na se nipa ni ye mano a yes a de ye kan se nipa ni hua it must reverse to the rightful owner. And he says will be a non-citizen or freehold interest in land. By the coming into force of the 1969 Constitution, Sansa sitting in are converting into another interest. That is a year rent. Tienyu. They will say Nipani Wua and Kone Makuraho. It will come back to the president. So the reversion in the land will come back to the president. We are lawyer for the Betias. Now, so they made children say, we are Nigerian new, we are Zimbabwe new, we are Lebanese new. And Brana say, see the assassin Mawa. We will give it to you for only 50 years. Even that minus a day. So you can hold it for 49 years. Plus 364 1/4 days. Minus a day. We are fast as anybody. So we'll be better as my toss as a building kingdom. Kingdom no building for 50 years. Are you normal?
More fire.
Now, young Konian shed and for the next clause to so. No man for new reading. Also, no interest or right over any land in Ghana shall be created, which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana, a leasehold for a term more than 50 years at any one time. It is as a BN where you turn non-citizen for more than 50 years.
Exactly.
It was what building the condo was what assassin way. Even that it is a leasehold, you lease it to the person.
Precisely.
And so be lease be mawa. So be the assassin mawa. Now say you leasehold a year transaction. Your friend be sublease. When you are subleasing, me the assassin ma a year akushia. Nemo akushia person the assassin be ma a year kofi. It's a sublease. You need an express approval from menu a year the original a year owner holding the allodial title. And yes, idea. You cannot give. It's also by building a kingdom. What 250 plot. That's what the Bible man. You be what the command one. Yes, I go pram him for no. Who are the real owners of the land? The allodial title owners, and they also seek permission. So which kingdom is he building? Or building kingdom no way? Because when the assassin be through any other sublease agreement, you are supposed to seek permission from a the go pram owners. So the kingdom or building the idea. What nonsense is that? And even per the arrangement of a year constitution. Obi be sit down here. Or here permit from the assembly. After what I say, I'm going to build a kingdom and we will name this under this over this. Even naming of roads, you need an express approval from a year the assembly. Then you come here and you want to impose yourself on people. And what kind of nonsense is that? You want to create confusion.
Exactly.
When you impose yourself on the people naturally will rebel. Now you are trying to create some tension which is not there. We have been living with our Nigerian brothers for years. Our Hausa brothers have been here for more than 100 years. Have they come in to say they are creating their Hausa kingdom? Even Nigerians, you have different tribes and your tribal tensions. By the virtue of the fact that you are trying to raise this thing as if Ghana is in support of Igbos against Yorubas, Igbos against other tribes, you will be creating a certain tension in Ghana we are not ready for. And it's a threat to our national security. What kind of nonsense is this? Then you come into our nation. And even when they have told you that what you are doing, it has the tendency of raising tribal tensions. And then there's a video that this guy came to answer. And if you look at the arrogance in which he was speaking, as if he owned the country, saying that what you are saying is a hate speech. Nonsense, my brother. What kind of nonsense is that? Nobody hates Igbos. Nobody hates Yorubas. Nobody hates houses. We are only saying that don't impose yourself on the people. And stop being arrogant. You come to people's land, you disrespect them. Exactly. And when the people are complaining, you come in and some arrogance. There's a hate speech. And tell us what is
going on. Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
Okay, so Danny, hold on. Pause with me. So I'll ask you a question of whether or you chief of Igbo community or not. There is a case called Rimoshi. The courts have settled that when it comes to say, and conformia to Kotna baby, Esi nya Candinabia would do manim. Sabaya or Chanakwa will be the Bonia, you bet me a Tracy. A two do America, you were Santa For in New York, you were this, you were that. Sanian more free through her bass and Memqua, you almost see for him, you were Alaba for him, you were this, you were that. There is nothing wrong with it. Exactly. So if by any chance you are an Igbo man and there are Igbos in our country, for which reason they've elected you to be their leader, be their leader. And stop this arrogant way of imposing yourself on the people. And now many are just smart work or chance. Where's who or bow a year Igbo hine? Because you're not going to Yajuma. I never got the seminar. What home am Obiaba or so your hine war man? No bone so hine any. No, I could to him. Or you're smart enough to what I'm going to say, dear Naya So if you are a leader, even that you are not a chief, listen to me properly. Who qualifies to be a chief? Danny, let's go and educate this guy under Article 277 and let him know who is a chief in our land, what the Constitution requires. Now, when it comes to definition of a chief, per Article 277, in this chapter, unless the context otherwise requires, chief means a person who, hailing from the appropriate family and lineage, has been validly nominated, elected, selected, and installed, enscanned, or installed as a chief or queen mother in accordance with the relevant customary law and usage. So you are not a chief. And Rimosi case has established that.
Exactly.
That it's not a chief properly so called. When you are a leader of a settler community, you cannot call yourself a chief.
Precisely.
Then let's go to section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. That is Act 759. What it says. If somebody is not a chief and a person calls himself a chief, it is an offense. Per section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. A person who acts or performs the functions of a chief when that person is not qualified to act. Being a chief assumes a position that a person is not entitled to be by custom. You have committed a crime. So you cannot be calling yourself a chief in our nation. Talk less of saying that you are a king. What nonsense king is that? My brother, don't come to our nation and show us some disrespect. And we are not timid and cowards like that. Don't do that. We want to live peacefully with our brothers. I sometimes even feel like the Igbos have the same spirit as that of Asantis, because they are very dominating characters. Whenever they get to any place, they are very dominating. So I like my Igbo people. You get a point? For which reason, at some point, even people used to call me Chinedu in KDS 111. My friends used to call me that. So don't come and create tensions between us when there is none. Imposing yourself, I'm the king of Igbo, and nonsense. If you were a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. And stop this arrogance of I am the chief, king of Debe and Debe. Kingdom where? We have fought for lands already. Ningo Pram, it belongs to families.
Precisely.
So why are you going to build your kingdom? And who is going to allow you that? Are you waging war? The only way you can do that is by war of conquest. Have you fought in any war? Who is going to allow you to build a kingdom? Where did you fight? Where did you fight to get kingdom? My friend, stop this nonsense. You are a brother, but stop this nonsense. Don't come to our land and begin to show on our face some arrogance, as though we are some coward and timid people, for which reason you can walk in and do anything you like. You need to stop calling yourself a king. You are not a king. You are not even a chief.
So.
Tell them.
Don't do this.
More fire.
We want to live with our Nigerian brothers in peace. We love them. They love us equally.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, you are trying to show some tensions and all that. Now to the interior minister, if by any means possible, this guy is going to raise tensions between us and Nigerians, and the people are not happy. The Ghanaian people are not happy. So if this guy is going to raise, please, I don't know whether he is even a citizen of our nation. I learned he's been here since 1995. If you have been here since 1995, the assumption is that you've been able to acquire some citizenship in terms of being a Ghanaian. Even that, the Citizenship Act, 2000, it shows who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Whether you can speak properly a native language. And Igbo language is not part of our language. So we are telling you on authority, Interior Minister, if it's possible, deport him. He shouldn't come and raise any tension between us and Nigerians. We love our Nigerian brothers. Your arrogance and your stupidity cannot raise any tension between us. If you are the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos. Don't be calling Ghanaians and say, I have honored you, I have titled you, give to Abdoyana Musu Funu. Carrying yourself as if you own the land. You don't own any land. You don't own any land. Even on one Kasane brothers from a year, let's come in and let me speak directly to you, my brother. What is his name? I learned Dr. Eze BBB. You are not even, I don't know where you got your doctor title from. Let me tell you, we are a nation of laws. You came into our country. I believe so strongly that every person on the African continent is welcome to our nation for one reason. I am a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the unification of our land as a one people. But until so, when you come to our land, which our forebears fought for, you don't come in and show us disrespect. And when you have shown us disrespect, and the people are calling on you to do the right thing, you don't begin to pull in the hate speech.
Precisely.
That type of hate speech. Then it's a video now. Bring it back and let me speak to him. Say that is xenophobic. So you are trying. Let me speak to him.
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana. Eze Dr.
You are not a chief of Igbo. You are the leader of Igbo communities. You are not a chief. Stop calling yourself that. You are not, and you can never be. The Rimosi case is very assertive on that. You are not a chief, because there is no bloodline in Ghana here that you come from as a chief, as a royal. There is no ethnicity in our nation called Igbo. Now, when you happen like that, even when you are dead and gone, you'll be creating chaos between the Igbo communities on our land, because you'll be willing it to your kid. Whereas when it comes to leadership of this nation, it is by election. So don't be calling yourself a chief of this, chief of that. You are a leader of the Igbo community. If they've elected you, shut up and be like that and stop this nonsense.
I had the same story. A lot of people have been calling me, sending me links from Ghana. He's called Amma Observer, and a certain guy also called Nitete. Nitete speaking Ga, and I'm speaking English. And I've been watching those links people have been sending to me. I ignored them. The reason why I ignored them
see the exhibition of arrogance, as if he owns the people. My brother, you don't own anybody in this country. I'm telling you. We love our Igbo brothers, but don't begin to create these kind of divisions and arrogance. It will erupt a bad energy in the Ghanaian people. When it does, there will be tension. And I'm saying to the Interior Minister, if the actions of this guy is going to cause chaos between us and our Igbo brothers, deport him. Let him go to his country. If you have given him citizenship by registry, we can revoke that citizenship and take him to his land. Don't come and create any nonsense between us and our brothers from Nigeria. What is that?
Saying it's never true. How come a blogger will sit down to say that Igbo King in Ghana bribed Ghana Traditional Council for them to induct?
So let's put it on record. Pause there. Let's put it on record. The Ghana Traditional Council has released a statement. Almost he should stop calling himself like Igbo King and I think it is in order. Thank you, the Ghana Traditional Council. Ningo Pram for also issue statement. Minister of Interior, deport this guy. Deport him. Because he will create chaos between us and our Igbo brothers. Deport him. Deport him. We want to live in peace with our Nigerian brothers. We want to live in peace with our Yoruba brothers. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa, we want to, whether from Warri, wherever you are from, we want to live in peace with our brothers from Nigeria. Don't begin to bring this superiority complex over us. What kind of superiority complex is that?
Diasporic throne in Ghana. How can somebody who say that the Igbo chief in Ghana and all the Igbos are 419, that we used 419 system to bribe the council for them to induct us? First of all, that is a hate speech. Secondly,
okay, so hold on. So you see what he's trying to do. That is a hate speech. So he's trying to incite the brothers, the Nigerian brothers, for them to think that there is Ghanaians raising hate speech. Listen, this guy is a very dangerous character. We can't have him in our nation. He's a very dangerous individual. This is not hate speech. This is you disrespecting the people. This is you being in the face of the people. And the people are calling on you to stop being in their face. Stop imposing yourself on them. And you say it is a hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? You come to our land, and when you are disrespecting us, we tell you that you are disrespecting us, and you say it's a hate speech. Which hate speech? Stop this disrespect. Our forebears fought for the land that we live on. Where were you when our forebears were fighting for our land? And you come in and we are telling you that what you are doing, you create tribal tensions. And you say it is hate speech. Who the hell do you think? What superiority complex are you suffering from? Now let's move on. Let me listen to him.
The entire Igbo community and the entire Nigerians.
No. Nobody is talking about the entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Nigerians. Make it about you and your arrogance. Make it about you and your superiority complex. Don't rope in entire Igbo community. Don't rope in entire Nigerian community. These antics and theatrics, we've gone past that nonsense. We don't have any problem with any Igbo. We don't have any problem with any Hausa. We don't have any problem with any Yoruba. We don't have any problem with any Nigerian living here legitimately.
Let him know. No.
But you can't come in and begin to suffer from superiority complex and say, I'm the king of Igbo and hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? We are men. We are not cowards. We are not women. Now move on. Let's listen to you.
She and Tete is saying what they don't know about. Number 4 is a hate speech that can even cause xenophobia.
Okay. You see. Mutaka, I think you must take you. This guy must be deported. Honorable Mutaka, with the greatest of respect, deport this guy. So when he says xenophobia, said see was South Africa. Now you're Pamo Nigeria and Ghana for Shishomono. Now this guy is drawing our minds that because we are calling him to order, then it is xenophobia. He's going to cause xenophobia. It is your reaction and the way you are getting in the face of the people that has the tendency of causing xenophobia.
That
you are suffering from superiority complex, my brother, and you better be one. We don't care. Listen. When you come to Ghana, you do what the law says. We are not. I'm not like Captain Smart who follows the money. It's about the money for. Don't do that nonsense on our lands. We love Igbos. We love Yorubas. We love Nigerians. I have a lot of friends who are Nigerians. Don't begin to use your superiority complex to cause chaos. And it's about you. There's no xenophobia anywhere. It's about you and the way you are behaving.
Exactly. So
tell him in the face.
If you're a leader, be a leader of the Igbo communities. If you want to do your own meetings, do so. If at some point you want to do something nice to reintegrate all of them, do so. Don't come in this complex. We are going to build our own kingdom. We are going to build our own school, our own food, our own this. Then somebody was talking about Chinatown. When was the last time Chinese people said, we are going to build our kingdom? If the Yorubas or Igbos want to live in a certain community, peacefully live there. It is your problem. Must you come and shove that in the face of the Ghanaian people? If your brothers want to buy lands and live in the same community, what has that got to do with us? But don't come and shove it in our face with this arrogance that we are going to build and name it after our ancestors. Did your ancestors fight for any land in Ghana? That you want to name roads after them? We named road after Talewa by Balewa because he did something for Ghanaians. Exactly. What has your ancestor done for Ghanaians? Stop this nonsense. Now let me call on our Nigerian brothers. Ghana for you guys should not. Munya, nobody should use this as a means of hating on any Nigerian. Nigerians, as every human being, you find bad people in there. Exactly. You find good people in there. And because Nigerians have the numbers, their population is very huge. Exactly. So the likelihood that if you are finding criminals in Nigeria, you will find 10 criminals and find 1 in Ghana is high. Because their population is very huge. Exactly. So if you meet Nigerians, the same way if you're looking for good people, you'll find good people, 10 good people in Nigeria, and you'll find 1 good person in Ghana. Precisely. Because of numbers. Exactly. So nobody should start tagging Nigeria for your criminals. Please, we are one people. Exactly. Just that this person cannot create any tribal tension. Mutaka, please look through his documents and if possible deport him. Let them re-elect somebody else to take over the leadership. Period. Danny, on for some song. Kasi ya nkwala ni ukruma. Na Captain Sma utilise you akoko to us we nshira ona. Mo ma dwene sa sawa ni shemu se de yo. Ade ba no. Just use scan ka ho.
Ote de obeko.
How we this?
Ote pe obeduru.
Men fa problem ma.